talking about the struggle, I'll add on to something Pallavi already mentioned, and even you mentioned, Tanya, talking about women lawyers getting married. So I remember an instance, this happened, I think, a few years back. I was having a bad day at work.
Okay.
Just nothing major. I was having a bad day at work, and I was just sitting very low in my office. And one of my close friends, who was also my colleague at that time, comes and tells me, Avani, I think you should get married. I think, this is just too much. Why don't you just get married? Why are you stressing yourself? You lose hair. Just get married. And that'll be the end of all this trouble you're going through. And I just started working. And I was like, okay. And a few years later, I asked this person the same question. I was like, if I was a guy, you wouldn't have said that to me, right? If I was a guy, that wouldn't have been an option.
Yeah.
So these are little things which happened. So I finished college some 4 years back. I finished law school in 2017. So I've been working for over 4.5 years now. And there've been small instances like this which keep happening. But then, as Pallavi mentioned, the key always is to not give up. I mean, what I did even after hearing all this was like, maybe I went home, maybe I cried for 2 minutes, but then I showed up again at work the next day, irrespective of whatever was happening. Especially initially, irrespective of your gender, when you start working, it is very overwhelming because legal is that there's a lot to learn, fresh grads. Our colleges don't train us that well about how it is going to be in the practical world. So irrespective of your gender, it is a big struggle when you start working. And then again, on top of that, if you hear stuff like that, it is a little demotivating. But then I think, as Pallavi also mentioned, the key is to just forget about it and show up at work the next day. And when you do that, you will get stronger and you will understand things. So I think that is pretty much what I did as well. A lot of things were going on. I was confused whether I should litigate, I should work for a corporate law firm. So something which happened 2 years back was I had an offer from a leading law firm in Delhi. Okay. This was 2019. This happened in 2019 and a great organization. I always wanted to work for them, but then I was not sure. I was genuinely not sure if, that is going to be my cup of tea. Maybe, I'll again end up at a great place and still be a mess. So I decided to not join them. And which was again a big risk at that time. Of course, I was giving up on a lot of money. Of course, I was giving up on a lot of things. That was not a traditional choice to do. But then at some level, I thought that if right now being somebody who's just 23, 24 years old, I will not take a chance, then when am I going to? This is the time. So then I made that choice. And of course, it did work out well. Now, it might not have worked out well also. But then even in that case, right, I would have had an experience of knowing what I'm not meant for. So I had all these things in mind when I decided to join Livelaw also. Of course, Livelaw was a big name, but then again, I was a confused, fresh young lawyer who was just trying her hands at different things. So 2019, I decided to join Livelaw, and as we all know, it's been great. It's been great for the organization. It's been great for me. So yeah, I think the key is just not listening to anybody and showing up at work. Crying does not help. It never does.